And we're off.
Excelsior getting the proceedings going. Shadika Wizard. And that ball was sent to Kimali Scott. Kept in play, and Kishane Gordon gets going for Mona. Thomas there, booting it forward, but Excelsior still trying to cement possession. They get a foul just in the center circle.
A fast start for both teams is going to be very important. We would have known that Mona are a team that starts games extremely quickly, a very intense team, a team that loves to press high, loves to transition well. Excelsior, they're a team that likes to dominate the ball and play some really slick football. They're going to need to control the early proceedings, and Mona, they'll be looking to get them off their game. There's their head coach, Excelsior, Keon Broderick, his second year in charge, formerly coached Vauxhall in the Manning Cup.
Still teaches at Vauxhall, I'm told, Keon Broderick, but a past student of Excelsior. Here's Excelsior in possession. Wizard gave it away. Carlton Brown for Mona. Raquel Edwards can't connect. Both teams haven't really gotten a hold of possession just yet. Waiting to see how they will exert dominance.
You can see early that both teams lining up in similar shapes, especially on ball. Mona doesn't really change their shape on or off ball, but here comes Excelsior.
Shot from distance, and that one from Damali Williams over the top.
One of those players in the Excelsior squad in the national setup at under 17 level. Technical director of Mona, Craig Butler, looking to further enhance his and Mona's legacy with another trophy. Mona, of course, would have technically gotten to the final of the Walker Cup in 2021, but were deemed ineligible due to the use of an ineligible player, disqualified in the end, and St. Catherine went on to win that one.
Kimali Scott still in a dangerous area, was pushed down, still alive, gets another bite of the cherry, or does he? Isaiah Whittle stood firm, played it out quickly to Kishane Gordon. Denzel McKenzie now on the ball, charged down immediately, and again Excelsior in possession. Monroe
offside against Salmon. Actually going to be a goal kick. Here's a couple of chances that Excelsior would have had. Carlton Brown with a shove to Kimali Scott. Referee said he was perfectly fine in his view. Kimali Scott, of course, a danger man for this Excelsior unit. 29 goals so far this season. Looking to get to magical number 30 in this game. But I was talking about the on-ball shapes of both teams. Mona doesn't really deviate from their shape on or off ball. It's strictly a 3-2-5.
Scott was trying to poke that through the legs of Marlon Cunningham, but it's still in possession. Chambers for Excelsior. Mona win it though. McKenzie darting through, releasing Demarion Harris. Gets the shot across. Easily held by Jamari Gordon. In a final, Demarion Harris must be watched, Lejay.
Of course, he was the one who would have scored the winning goal in the Manning Cup final last season. Mona won that final against Heidel by a 1-0 here at the National Stadium.
That broke a streak of, let's put it from 2007, that no other school but JC, KC or St. George's College won the Manning Cup.
And there's a possibility that that streak could continue, or a new streak could be formed in the Manning Cup final, which will be played after this Walker Cup final, of course. St. Catherine High taking on Kingston College, but we'll get on to that more in the preview for that game.
Lots of permutations, lots of storylines for Legacy in that one coming up. But here, too, the storyline of Legacy started or further enhanced. Mona in possession. Ball swung in the area. Booted away. Toronto's ball for Kishane Gordon. Almost kept it in.
Kishane Gordon, obviously a very talented player over there on the left-hand side for Mona, starting this game, but can play on the right as well. Very two-footed, very nimble, and loves a strike from distance as well. Kishane Gordon, as do, in all honesty, most of the Mona High players. Excelsior looking to break through the lines here, and they have.
Lovely ball for Shadika Wizard. Can he find the delivery? Kimani Scott on the end of it. Got a good touch. Can he find the finish? Was a tight angle and he sent it in the area. No player from Excelsior was advancing. And Mona trying to clear. They can't get much further. It's a throw-in for Excelsior. Kimani Scott had a wonderful touch there. Was charged down immediately. Here they come. Ball forward. Lovely ball. Can he keep it alive? Played it off the goalkeeper for a corner, Damari Williams.
Excelsior starting this game pretty well, finding those spaces in the pockets, in between the Mona defensive, and midfield lines. And they have several players that can cause a whole host of issues.
Here's a corner kick.
Met at the back post from Scott, but unable to get that one on target. Excelsior obviously very well trained in their corner kick routine, as you would have seen from that one. 4 players starting in a line right outside or at the edge of the box. They clearly identify set pieces as a key way in which they can exploit this team in any game. Rightfully so.
Yeah, of course. Quite a few teams at the highest level of football, world football, having set piece specialists just to develop a routine. And locally here, Glenmuir certainly one of the teams that has stood out in schoolboy football from set pieces. We won't be seeing them anymore. But Excelsior carry that tag now. Here's Williams. Too much purchase on that one. Ball forward for Wizard. Goes for the shot. Straight to Raquel Edwards in goal.
They probably have to do a lot better. Not probably, will have to do a lot better to beat Raquel Edwards from that range. Has proven to be a very, very solid goalkeeper this season. Mona applying some pressure.
Marlon Cunningham doing just enough to poke that one out for a throw in. Davian Monroe was there. Gorzong putting that one.
Harris down in the center circle. Got a bit of an elbow coming in, or a shoulder barge. There was an elbow from Aldino Nugent. So he'll receive some treatment now. One of the Mona players comforting him would be Alex Suazo, who actually has family watching this final from all over the Dominican Republic, Mexico, and even in Spain, Barcelona. They're all coming in to watch. There's his mother. So a lot of support for the young man. Was an integral part of Mona's Manning Cup winning team last season, has returned and has been an integral part of their team this season as well. The holding midfielder, a lot of bite, a lot of tenacity, and you can see that in his style of play as well.
Interestingly, his nickname Mexican, but you have mentioned quite a few other nationalities that he could have had as a nickname.
I think that one just had the best ring to it.
I agree, easily. Here's Excelsior.
Salmon, who was fantastic in the semi-final, got the opening goal and won man of the match in that game as well, taken down by Kishane Gordon. There he is, Kivan Salmon.
Lovely ball forward. Robina Gordon trying to keep at bay Scott. Williams goes for the shot. Oh, it's in! Tamale Williams strikes first. Riquelme Edwards couldn't keep it out. And that young dynamo from Excelsior packed a punch from outside the 18-yard. And the Eagles, they have landed LeJay Williams.
I said that Excelsior would have to do a lot better from range to test Riquelme Edwards. He's more than been tested. He's been beaten. Damarley Williams with a strike out of nothing. Robina Gordon couldn't clear well. And you don't want to give him time and space to shoot from there. Sneaking in at that near post, hitting the other post before finally rattling in. You said the Eagles have landed. At this point, I think they're soaring. Excelsior up 1-0 in the Walker Cup final.
Riquelme Edwards needing a bit of treatment. Craig Butler having lots to think about. Excelsior with the 1-goal advantage early in this game, and that should do well to settle their nerves. There's Carlton Hammond, Sambo at the back of his shirt. One of the organizers of the Ali Cup pre-season tournament for schoolboy football. That's held at Excelsior each and every year, of course. Sportsmax partnered with them in the staging for 2024, and he must feel justified. Excelsior actually won that competition, beating Dintil in the final, and seeing them play from then, I knew that something special could come from this Excelsior contingent, and the evidence definitely for all eyes to see.
Riquelme Edwards back to his feet, but I'm sure he would be very disappointed to allow that one to sneak in, and Mona behind in this contest.
Craig Butler back to coaching. Perhaps a change of heart, a change of mind after that loss to Kingston College in the quarterfinal round. Announced that he would be taking a break from schoolboy football even for this season, but has since come back, not abandoning the troops. Kudos to him for that. Can they repay his confidence? Here's Denzel McKenzie, lost it. Monroe quickly trying to play it forward, but it's held now by Gorzong. Suazo doing well. That grit you mentioned, Leje. But it's still with Excelsior. Manro brought down by Ryan Gorzong.
And immediately shifted over to Salmon, who controls well.
Here he is. Loves a mazy run, but cut by Carlton Brown. Played out by Antoine Thomas, one of the centre backs. Free kick, Denzel McKenzie behind it. Demarin Harris got there and thereabout, but a foul called.
It actually looks as if Mona are preparing an early change in this game. And they are going to make it right now, as a matter of fact. Savike Morton, well, the next time the ball would go out, Savike Morton over there getting ready. Wing player.
Gorzong to Brown. Peralta now. First touch was heavy. Horace Prince calm there. And Excelsior clear only. Back to Gorzong. They can't keep possession. Barge down. Gorzong has really come alive, recognizing that he'll be substituted.
Foul going the way of Mona, and I think we're going to get that change now. Only in the 17th minute of play. Carlton Brown, the one chopped down for Mona. Kevin Salmon doing the fouling.
Gorzong asking Craig Butler me.
Never a good look when a player is sub this early into a contest. No injury, it looks like either. Especially in a game of this magnitude, this occasion. 17th minute of play, and you're off. Have to feel for the player there, but it is what the coach and the coaching staff would feel is best. Denzel McKenzie with a disappointing cross. Falls to Carlton Brown, who loves a hit from range.
Doesn't he?
And here's a substitute. Well, that was actually
Kishane Gordon.
Kishane Gordon, who has now swapped over to the right-hand side. Gorzong obviously extremely disappointed. Excelsior struggling to clear.
Calm there from Aldine and Nugent, but he gave it away. Denzel McKenzie got the shot off.
It had Jamar Gordon interested.
As you mentioned, Denzel McKenzie, last season's MVP of the Manning Cup. And I can't say this season he's really imposed himself at the level that you'd have expected from someone who topped all competitors last season. Of course, a player that has been highly touted by Craig Butler.
Kelme Edwards needing some attention. But yet, Denzel McKenzie is an interesting one. It is an interesting one because he is a very talented player, very smooth technically, two-footed, knows how to evade in tight spaces, a very good shot on him as well with both feet, a good finisher generally, takes set pieces well, an experienced ball striker, but just hasn't quite put it all together. Maybe this Mona team generally isn't quite as strong as it was last season. They aren't quite playing at the same intensity level. But you're right, I would have expected more from a player that was a standout player, the Manning Cup's player of the season, and then when he has come in the bigger games this season, we haven't quite seen the same level of quality from him.
Yeah.
Because when you look through the previous years, for example, when Jamaica College were dominating, and even though maybe a Tariq McGee was young, would have gotten those accolades, and then the next season you're saying, what is he going to come with now? He would always return even better than he was previously. For the past couple of seasons, we haven't been able to see the repeats because maybe Dujon Whisper Richards would have left, so we didn't get to see what he would do in a following season. And then it was Denzel McKenzie the next time up, and he hasn't quite produced at the same level, but he does have a chance here in a final to turn things around for Mona and see if he can bring them a second piece of silverware in their history.
Kaheem Dixon, perhaps one of the players that for 3 seasons I've seen consistent improvement in his play. Of course, he was perhaps not the top player in the 2022 season for Clarendon College. That distinction went to Christopher Hull and Malachi Douglas, and then the following season with those players on hand, he took it over in 2023 and has gone to greater heights since. And the year before that, he came up clutching some big moments in the Champions Cup semi-final, getting the better of Kingston College that year. He scored the winner in that matchup, and of course that competition has always been one that he has shone in. And even in the final they lost against Glenmuir in 2023, he had to have a say in it as well. But yeah, hoping to see some great play from Denzel McKenzie. Following the schoolboy football season, we expect to see him in the Jamaica Premier League for Veer Phoenix.
Has already scored a couple of goals in the Premier League as well for Veer.
And I remember having this discussion with you that in quite a few moments we see players who have done well with among seniors. When they come back to playing among juniors, it's as if they are almost bored, and it doesn't bring the same level of quality that you expect from someone who is so effective at that level.
I think a lot of times as well, it all comes down to probably expectation. Sometimes I don't think it's that they're bored, but when you think about it, when a player plays at that senior level and then they come back to the junior level, often within the team see that player as like a savior for them. So they expect that player to do everything. You can see that with Heidel this season, for example, Ronaldo Barrett, a player who has a lot of experience at the senior level in the Jamaica Premier League. Now going back to Heidel, he was expected to do quite literally everything for them, be their leading scorer and then also their best defender. He did do it. He did bring them pretty far, but that's not a sustainable game model.
Absolutely.
And now that I'm saying that Mona expect Denzel McKenzie to do everything because they are a very good settled team, but I'm sure they would look to him to do just a tad bit more than what he has been producing thus far for the level of talent that he has.
24th minute. Throw in for Mona as they try to get back level in this contest. Intercepted well by Excelsior. Thomas plays it forward for Williams. His ball through. Lovely run by Kimali Scott. Kimali Scott over the top. Goal number 30 was in sight, but he couldn't keep his shot on target. Kimali Scott.
He'll want that one back. Cunningham stretching, couldn't get there. Scott tried to take the shot early. Blazed it over the bar. He'll definitely want that one back. Huge opportunity for Excelsior to go 2-0 up in this Walker Cup final.
Turn for Excelsior. Shadiko Wizard, the national under-20 player, gets by Peralta. Tries to get it to Scott. Scott can't finish. No, he didn't. Quick succession. He's missed 2 glorious opportunities for Excelsior. Hopefully, he doesn't regret it at the end of this match. Excelsior don't regret it either.
What a chance. Shadiko Wizard with a peach of a ball. He just had to tap it in, went with his left, blazed it over somehow. Kimarley Scott. That's a huge chance missed. Mona looking to make them pay immediately.
Carlton Brown has Nugent with him, gets it back to the substitute who got it across. Demarin Harris trying to find the finish. Excelsior tried to get the clearance accomplished, but it's picked up by Rubino Gordon. Out wide to Kishane Gordon. Gordon can't get it in the area. Rubino Gordon now. Swazo. Chip ball for Kishane Gordon. Can he find a delivery? Sent in the area. And acrobatic attempt there made by Rubino Gordon, one of the standout defenders this season. Players, he really has done well for Mona.
And what a goal that would have been.
Oh yes.
Excelsior creating chances at will. Fantastic chances as well, but somehow aren't at least 2 goals up in this game.
Here's Wizard. Getting by 1. Got the shot off, but it was charged down. Rubino Gordon making the clearance good. Safi came up now.
And Dean, I have to ask you, as I saw Shadiko Wizard blazing down that right-hand side, I saw him look out of his eyes and hesitated to play that ball across. Do you think that's because Kimarley Scott would have missed a couple of chances just moments before?
I think so. It has to weigh on his mind, and you don't want to put him under any more pressure with an opportunity. But a part of it really should be that you trust your forward, your point man, to deliver on these occasions, and I'm sure he'll want it back. One of the key traits of a forward, a center striker, is that they forgive themselves rather easily. And let's see if he can forgive himself and forget what has happened a few moments ago. Here's Excelsior. Salmon getting by Peralta. Still going. Salmon getting the shot off wide. Carlton Brown. In a hand on Salmon there, and he's still writhing in pain.
Yeah, blow to the face for Kivan Salmon following that run. Loves a run off that right flank onto his left foot. And Carlton Brown laying a hand right into the face of Kivan Salmon. Trying to put him off for the shot, he did, but illegally. And now Excelsior have a really good opportunity at the top of the box. Reminder that Mona would have conceded a free kick goal in the semi-final against St. Andrew Technical from much further out, mind you. But could Excelsior see this as the glorious opportunity that it is to pull ahead even further?
Shadiko Wizard, certainly among the candidates for this.
Five.
Kimarley Scott also there.
Saw Terrence Williams score, albeit a deflected effort in their semi-final with his left foot, and he's the one placing this one. Has taken quite a few of the free kicks for Excelsior this season.
They continue without the input of Kevin Salmon momentarily. Excelsior still being treated off the field.
Mona have put a player, I believe it's Denzel McKenzie, right on the line beside Riquelme Edwards. So extra protection. They know that this is a big chance.
Here's a shot. Goes straight to the wall, and it's booted out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think he went on the floor deliberately because Kimberly Scott had drifted into an area. He couldn't be offside because of the Mona player on the line. I think that really got into the train of thought of the Excelsior players instead of trying for that attempt at goal. Another relatively big chance spurned.
Throw and check it. Here's a shot from distance. It was cuffed and it was very wide. Shadika Wizard with that attempt. Swather's ball forward, picked out by the defense of Excelsior. Out for a throw. Here's Swazo again. Can't thread it through. Picked up by Damari Williams, the man with the goal so far. Manbro couldn't keep hold of the ball. Just over half an hour gone in this one. Mona still trailing. Lovely ball forward. Savike Morton giving the chase. Morton got it over. And Excelsior doing extremely well to play it out with calmness, but it comes back to Rabino Gordon. Lovely flick on. Kishane Gordon now with the delivery. Shamari Gordon with a lovely touch to carry it away. Mona coming alive, and Excelsior doing well defensively. For the neutrals, this is the kind of football you want to see. Here they come again. Denzel McKenzie. Gordon did very well to get by Shamari Chambers. Lays it on for Carlton Brown. Mona is back in this one. It wasn't a firecracker. We know he can deliver. But it was enough from Carlton Brown, the number 5, to keep Mona in this one in the first half. And they're loving it. And now, those two missed chances from Kimberly Scott must be buried on the mind of the Excelsior players.
Yeah, that was a fantastic goal. It must be said that's a fantastic goal. Lovely ball over the top initially. Kishane Gordon did oh so well to beat his mark and then lay it back for Carlton Brown, who loves a shot from range, loves the power, but this time he found finesse to curl that one right into the bottom corner. Jamar Gordon, could he have done better? Absolutely. But that's a lovely finish nonetheless, and a lovely team goal from Mona to equalize in this one. The Walker Cup final is now very much alive.
Horace Prince. Salmon back on the field. Shadika Wizard was offside. And part of his game that I notice needs to improve. Players have a tendency to drift offside. Marlon Cunningham. Mona in possession. They lose it. Antoine Thomas not taking any chances. Played it out for a throw-in. Gordon with the easy catch. Let's see the quality of the delivery. Kimani Scott, can he make something of it? Marlon Cunningham doing just enough. Peralta with a smart turn.
As we saw Kimani Scott racing through there, what must be going through his mind? Had two glorious opportunities to increase the lead for Excelsior when they had it. Spurned those chances. And now Mona have really grown into the game. And look like they have all the momentum to even go and score another before the break.
Whittle gets it to Peralta. Savike Morton, the Vincentian, plays it a lovely ball through. Antoine Thomas had to do some good work there, and he played it off the foot of Demarion Harris. Played down. Looks to be Salmon. Certainly that would be a big miss for Excelsior if Kevin Salmon is unable to continue. Player sent to warm up by the sideline for Excelsior. And Kean Broderick having a quick word with Manro, the attacking midfielder for Excelsior. Shaheem Jones, that player warming up as the medical staff try to get some assistance to Kevin Salmon. Yeah, and the signal has been given for that change. Kevin Salmon won't be able to continue this game. Tough for the youngster Leger. Have to feel it for him. He was so excited to play in this Walker final, especially after the semi-final performance he had.
Yeah, and started this game brightly as well, but on a couple of occasions he's had treatment. He'll have to be substituted. We're in the 40th minute now, and Riquelme Edwards, the Mona goalkeeper, requesting some treatment so that the Mona players can get some tactical instructions.
Suazo in tears as he's been reprimanded by Craig Butler. Dane Peralta being the pacifier, calming him down. It's a firm talking to. Let's see what the Mexican has after that talking to. Teammates through good times and bad times, through tough times and tough personalities and tough talks as well. Shaheem Jones comes on for Kevin Salmon. Under 4 minutes left in this half. Horace Prince being charged down by Swazo. Shaheem Jones, a substitute, getting in the action. Terrence Williams gave it away. Denzel McKenzie ranging up the shot. Took a second attempt to save it. Jamari Gordon, danger averted in the end.
You could tell that that one was swerving in the air a bit as it approached Jamari Gordon. Denzel McKenzie, as I said earlier, really talented striker of the ball, and that one was moving. In the end, well done by Jamari Gordon.
Harris. Carlton Brown trying to bring Savike Morton. He couldn't keep it in, it's a throw-in. Carlton Brown still keeps possession. Whittle. Mona, they've really grown in the encounter. Here's Peralta. Rabino Gordon. Ball given away. Ball forward. Cunningham and Scott in a battle. Can Scott get around? Cunningham did very well. Jamari Chambers barging in. Kishane Gordon came out on the wrong side of that challenge. Did the number 18 for Excelsior.
Around 5 minutes or so into this game, the sun came back out and it became pretty tough conditions to play in again. Of course, it will be leaving us relatively shortly. But this first half, I'm sure, has been quite a toil for all 22 players out there, especially the intensity that the game is being played at.
Looping ball in the area, Jamari Gordon able to hold on to it safely. Boots it forward. Scott with a lovely take. Oh, that's a lovely take, you know. Kimani Scott still driving forward. Scott brought down. No call, says the referee. It's a corner kick.
It's a throw-in. Yeah, it's a throw-in. Really close. Yeah. But that was a very, very good challenge coming in from Whittle. Scott seemed intent to go all the way as he evaded challenges there. Really good challenge. Here's Wizard.
Can he get it across?
Goal kick.
No, he can't. Three minutes added to the first half in this encounter. Carlton Brown helped back to his feet. Williams trying to keep it in with some guile, lost it in the end. Harris, ball forward nicely for Gordon, he couldn't keep possession. Excelsior, he tried the harder pass, didn't he? Denzel McKenzie has it now. He's lost possession, did well to win it back. Morton gets it across, so Carlton Brown, his ball forward, overcooked.
Yeah, a bit sloppy attack there. Mona, that final action just not coming to them.
Ball falling nicely to Savike Morton. Got it across quickly. Luckily, there was an Excelsior player to effect a clearance. It's still with Mona though. Whittle to Kishane Gordon. He can't get around Chambers. Approaching the end of these 3 minutes added on. Excelsior with a free kick. Demarley Williams urged to leave this one. Perhaps he'll have to go back. Lifted in the area. Raquel Edwards fumbled it. It's an opportunity. Shadiko Wizard with a glorious opportunity. Wow! What a half for Excelsior! Miserable in front of goal, even though they took the scoring, they opened the scoring through that man, Demarley Williams. You don't find an opportunity much better than that. And the captain, Shadiko Wizard, just needed to caress it in the goal. Opted for a bit more power than was required. All he needed was placement. At the end of the half, yeah, drama at the end. It's still 1-1. And for the neutral, a good game of football, end to end, good in that particular feature. Craig Butler had a very hard talk with Alex Suazo, among other features for the Mona team. They brought it level after they gained some ascendancy in the encounter at the half. Excelsior and Mona 1-1, Walker Cup final.